Hi everyone, this is a syllabus review video for CTCN 504, Professional Orientation and Ethics, and it's one course in two sections. Natalie's teaching section 1, and I'm teaching section 2, and it's a completely asynchronous course offered online, although we do have some dates that we're calling labs, and it's just going to be informal and optional get-togethers to connect and learn together. So in this course, we're going to be learning everything and anything to do with ethics and legal issues related to each of our specialties and counseling. And it's an interactive class. There's lots of different media involved. Week 4, you'll give a informed consent video, so keep an eye out for that. And this course is meant to, of course, not only provide you a foundation in ethics, but also does meet licensure requirements. And I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right, but we're using Elizabeth Welfel, her Ethics in Counseling, the sixth edition. All the other articles and websites and things are in Blackboard for downloading. You obviously need an internet connection, but we're going to do the best we can given the current situation with COVID. So just keep in contact with me and let me know how you're doing. And we, of course, still want you to embody your skills as CATs and counselors. So we're going to speak and assume that people have best intentions, that we want to cultivate acceptance, awareness, empathy, compassion, our active listening skills, be respectful of boundaries, and open to feedback. If we make any changes to the course, we will certainly be in touch with everybody about that. Okay, and I'm going to do my very best to have each week graded by the following week. So, for example, you have a post this week due week 1 on Wednesday by midnight, and so I will make sure to have those graded and back to you by the end of week 2, and that'll sort of be the overall process for this. So each week there is a discussion board assignment, and you can find all the assignments and readings and helpful supports located under each weekly tab. Please, please, please do not write your discussion post in Blackboard. It's just wonky, it'll freeze, you'll lose everything. Write it in a Google Doc, do it in Word, and then copy and paste. Even for myself, I've had too many things that I've done in Blackboard and then lost. There are multiple questions typically for each discussion board post, so please use either the questions as headers or develop some headers based on the questions, and that will just make sure that I don't get lost as I'm reading your post, and I can make sure you've answered all parts of the question. We do want you to use as much APA as possible. I do recognize Blackboard is wonky, but use Times Roman. Make sure that you have appropriately formatted citations in each of your discussion posts. I should always see a citation from your textbook, and then you can use the articles or other weekly learning resources that you find or are listed in the Blackboard as supplemental if you'd like. I really want to recommend this app called Grammarly. It's absolutely wonderful for spelling and grammar. I use it, and it's so great because it'll format into any text box that you're using on your computer, email or, Blackboard discussion post, just anything. Even if you're filling out a survey, it'll correct your grammar and spelling. But coming back to this 7th edition APA, so your references, corresponding citations, Times Roman. If you can get the spacing in, great. If you can't, that's not going to be a big deal, but you don't need a cover letter or title or abstract or anything like that. We're just practicing as much as possible. At least one of your replies to your peers should contain a citation from the learning resources or others that you find, so it's evidence-based. Too often we end up being the, I don't know, underdog, if you will, of the health field, because there's, all these arguments that we're not evidence-based enough. And so this is just to get you into good practice about backing up your ideas with evidence. Here's the note about our two learning labs that we're calling them. So Friday, July 24th and Friday, August 7th from 1 to 2:30 Eastern. And we'll make sure we get a Zoom link out to you. And again, these are just optional. Please make sure that you keep the rubrics here close to you as you're beginning to highlight, as you're beginning to work through your assignments. There is a separate informed consent video due week 4, and there's a separate rubric for that, so keep an eye out for that. And then, of course, you can go down here and see when all the weekly assignments are due, what they are, what the topics will be, major assignments. Although we have not listed the supplemental resources, any of those would be in Blackboard. Our syllabi obviously already get too long. And really, that's about it for the quarter. If you have, if you have a letter of accommodation, please, and you need support, or even if you don't have a letter of accommodation, let's make sure you have appropriate access to all the information. And I am open to feedback as we go here. And again, let's just stay in touch. And please have fun. It's important to have fun when you're learning. And I'm really looking forward to working with everybody, and I will see you in the classroom.